Hi, this is Cherry, and I'm geeking out at the Paley Center in Beverly Hills, California. I'm super excited because I'm going to be covering the red carpet for the newest DC animated film, Batman Bad Blood. It's introducing, for those who are new to the universe, Batman's son, who's a little bit of a chip off the old block. So let's geek out and get ready to talk to the cast and team behind this newest movie.
Hey everybody, I'm Stuart Allan and I play Damian Wayne, aka Robin, in Batman Bad Blood.
It's so nice to see you again after our last talk. How are you enjoying playing in Bad Blood?
It is amazing to be back again. I've always liked to, to see the cast again, get around to see the crew again. I just really have a lot to say and to thank the makers, Wes, James, the entire team. It's just amazing to be back and get to play such an iconic character once more. Yeah.
Now, did you have a good time at New York for the premiere last week, or was it 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. I actually couldn't make it to New York. I had obligations here between me and my sister. Yeah, my sister is she's working on a couple voiceover series right now, and me, I guess, just tied between working on some stuff with Transformers and school.
Darn school.
Yeah, I got that A push to take care of, AP US History. Yeah.
Well, you got to keep your eyes on the prize of going to the dream college.
Of course, absolutely.
Now, what's going on with Robin? Hi! With Robin. With Robin in the last movie.
Yeah, tell it. Go back a little bit.
No,
You sure? You sure it's okay? All
I
right.
like children.
All right.
So what's going on? Because I saw you, I can't remember what the name of the last movie was, but he was angry.
Yes, Batman versus Robin. He was definitely angry with his father because in that one he's definitely had some conflicted issues. He has been with Batman for some time now since the first one, but he still has some issues to deal with Batman. I mean, because of course he's going through that rebellious teenager stage of trying to figure out who he is and his identity. And of course, as we see in the first one, he is trying to, yes, he's that he can drive the Batmobile, and of course he says no. I know how, but then in the next one, he's just the rebellious teenager, so he just decides to steal the Batmobile. Yeah, and his father comes up, I have to report you for grand theft auto. Oh, what are you gonna do? Call the police? Hello, police. My son stole the Batmobile. He's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm your son. Dang.
Oh my gosh, you are so funny. You do not seem like you're that rebellious, though.
I am not exactly that rebellious. I mean, I am a little bit of a bad attitude person in the morning. I'm not exactly an early bird, but I mean, it's good to be on the other side then because, of course, I never really get to do that at home with my mother. If you come home with Damien's mouth, I'm going to lock you outside, and I'm going to give you a bowl of bread and butter.
Now, what's it like having Batwoman in the movie?
Batwoman, it's really interesting to see, a woman come in to play on the Batman side, rather than my mother on the League of Assassins side. So getting to have that mixture there is really creating some sparks, which is really good. Like the Bond sparks, yeah.
Yes, but not dating. I think she's a little too old for you.
No, not dating.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and hopefully I'll be seeing you at WonderCon in a couple of months with your little sister and her movies.
Yeah. Let me see. My sister is currently working on a movie called Behind the Walls. I don't know when it is coming. Taylor, when is it coming out? You don't even know. You're supposed to know that you're in the film.
You're putting her on the spot.
Yeah, but she's working on that, and also she's working on a new voiceover cartoon, the new Little People cartoon by Fisher Price.
Oh,
Yeah. We don't know exactly where that's going to go yet, but we hear that it's going to premiere sometime around like April or something, right, sweetie? Yeah, I think they moved it, but yeah.
You were such a good brother helping your sister out navigating the thing.
It's what the older brother has to do,
You were such a good kid. It was so nice talking to you, and hope I'll be seeing you at WonderCon in a couple of months.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because that's local.
Yeah. All right, talk to you guys later.
Thank you. Bye.
Nice to see you.
If you can say your name and what you're doing.
Yes, Travis Willingham. I play the Heretic in Batman Bad Blood.
I knew you were the heretic because you were a stranger.
That's right. You know nothing about me.
No, I mean, I've never seen you at any of the other red carpets.
Oh, that's what I mean, yeah. Mystique. I have lots of mystique.
Now, what's it like playing him?
It was really interesting when they said I was going to be playing the Heretic. I'm like, I love the name. Who is he? So I had to go on the interwebs and try and find if he was in the comic books, which he is. The first image that comes up is a little funky because it's like a little baby head and a giant suit of armor. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be different. Not that in this particular film, which is great. Super imposing, tall, muscly, wearing the Batman cowl. When I saw the character art of him, I was very excited. You always want to play a cool-looking character, and this guy's got it in
And that
spades.
would fit you to a T.
Why, thank you very much. That's right. You know, they modeled it after me. I told them I wouldn't charge them extra for that. No.
Can you talk in your heretic voice?
My heretic voice, like this. It's very flat and deep and growly.
It is. It sounds angry.
It does, yeah. He doesn't have a lot of joy in his life. Someone stole a puppy from him when he was a little boy, and he wants a pet rabbit, but no one will give him one. It's terrible. Yeah.
No. Now, what was it? Did you grow up reading Batman comics when you were a kid?
I did comics of both sides, Marvel, DC, Valiant, I mean, all of them. Batman was a favorite of mine, Superman being my absolute favorite, so I always had to keep an eye on the Caped Crusader. But, they always say if you can't play the hero, you want to be able to fight him at least, so that was satisfied.
Now, what's it like joining DC family?
Oh, I mean, incredible. I mean, I love everything that they're doing with all the direct-to-TV videos, especially the new ones that have been coming out, Batman versus Robin, the action sequences. And these films are incredible, especially in this one. You'll see, if you're a fan of MMA, you'll see MMA techniques, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, just super realistic fighting that is just blowing me away. And the comedy that they're using is absolutely incredible. There is a scene in a monastery that is a personal favorite of mine. I'll just leave it up to everybody to watch. But when you get there, think of me when you're laughing. It's really cool.
Well, then I guess I'll be seeing you tonight, and no one who is. I'll be seeing you tonight watching the screener. And for people who are not here, they can see the film December 2nd because it's released then.
That's right.
So, what do you do to get in shape?
Oh, I carry, barrels of beer up and down the street. I, shoe a lot of horses in my spare time. I pull planes at LAX. None of that's true.
You Hulk out.
I Hulk out totally. Radiation, it's
That's
a
the way to
curse.
go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit the gym, so I'll skip the radiation.
Yeah. No gym fees. Just straight up radiation poisoning.
Thank you so much for talking
pleasure.
to me. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you
in the
very
movie.
much. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
I'm Jason. I play Batman in Batman Bad Blood.
I'm so excited to talk to you today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm excited about tonight. I didn't make the New York premiere, which is also the world premiere, but we have to do with this West Coast one.
LA is much better than New York anyway.
Okay. I'm going to offend all my New York friends.
Trouble. Now, what was it like working on the newest movie? Because your little boy is getting along a little bit better with you now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's good. Not entirely good, but better than it was.
Yeah.
You never know which way Damien's going to go, do you?
Rebellious teen years.
Yes, but he's also like a killer assassin ninja kid, so.
Hey, I expected the dad to gloss over that.
Yeah, you can't though. He's a liability, isn't he?
No, he's kind of changed. He only kills people that deserve it.
That's true. But my son is quite tall and quite big, and in real life, and so it's a bit like that. He can just crush these other kids so easily, and I just have to constantly go, no, leave him alone. Put him down. Put him down gently.
Gently.
Yeah.
So now, what's it like working with Batwoman for the first time?
Oh, it was cool. Her voice work was terrific and just really badass, And I kind of like the whole little story of hey, you don't need the guns and you can be just as powerful without them, and I think that's a good message.
Now, you've been with DC Nation for a while. Are you reading any of the Batman comics or the Dark Knight comics to sort of keep the character in mind as you guys take a break between making films?
I haven't for a while. I read Batman and Son and the Court of Owls because that was stuff we pulled story from for Son of Batman and Batman versus Robin. So I haven't since then, no. Because we're kind of in uncharted territory here. But I always love reading Batman graphic novels, so yeah.
So you've been with DC for a while. What's the fan love like?
It's pretty great, I mean, listen, it's hard. Kevin Conroy is this sewn up, I mean, it's like I feel like I'll always be compared to that, so I don't even bother trying to surpass it anymore. I just do my own thing, and people can either, can think what they like, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the more we do, the more people kind of get on board and realize that there's room for more than one Batman voice. And I think there is, and I think we're proving that. I also think the movies are getting better and better as we go along. So I think we're carving out the corner of the market ourselves, and it just seems to get better and better. And I'm enjoying it more and more as we go along.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with Batman in the newest movie? I know it's coming out on February 2nd.
In this movie? So Batman is in the middle of a fight, and Batwoman shows up, and he protects her, but ends up making what we think could be the ultimate sacrifice. However, which also means Gotham is exposed because Batman's not around. So Nightwing comes along. He has to step up. Damian's like, where's Dad gone? And it turns out he's been held hostage. He's been kidnapped. They're messing with his mind. So Nightwing, Alfred, Batwing, and Batwoman have to figure out how they're going to get Batman back and deal with the villains that they run into on the way. So it's a lot of fun, and I think it's probably the most successful movie we've made out of this series so far.
Really? It looks really dark, which I love. I love the way Batman looks. Very fit. But then you're very fit too, so it's not big.
Not as fit. It has to be said. I mean, I do my P90X, but I'm not Batman fit,
Who wants to be Batman fit?
You just spend the whole time eating chicken and raw eggs. I mean, who wants to do that?
I do not.
Not every meal all the time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Because that's how, to get that big, that's what you got to do.
Yeah,
No.
So what else are you doing between breaks making the movies? What else can I see you in?
I'm hoping to do a pilot in a little bit. I've got a Netflix movie coming out later in the year called Jadedville, about a company of Irish soldiers in the Congo in 1961. And, ready? Okay. And I got a couple other things that I can't talk about yet, but exciting things.
Well, I'm super excited to talk to you, and I loved you in Terra Nova.
Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you, too.
Bye.
Okay, take care.
I'm Sean Maher, and I play Nightwing, Dick Grayson.
It is so nice to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm well. How you doing?
You're really channeling your Clark Kent right now.
Oh, Travis just told me that before we left the green room. I just flew in last night, so I'm tired. Hence the
Well,
glasses.
you do not look tired. You look handsome as
Oh
usual.
my goodness, we could chit chat all night.
Now, how was it working on this newest animated film? I've seen snippets of it, but not everything.
Oh gosh, this one's for me. I actually think this was the most fun I've had. Voiceover work is still new to me. This is the first real voiceover character I've ever tackled, and I think this was the first time that I didn't think I was going to be fired when I showed up to work, which is really nice to just show up and not be so riddled with anxiety that you think you're just going to be, shoved out the door. And the script itself was so, there was a lot of stuff for me to play with, so I think there's a sense of humor that I found with Nightwing this time around that I had a great time working. But I think just overall sort of like a sense of ease as my approach to the work was really what made it so fun for me.
Now, can you tell me about a little bit of the changes that's going on with Bad Blood?
In general, or for my character? Well, without spoiling too much, I think what I love so much, and I think when I saw the film myself, and I think without giving it too much away, I think there's like a familial dynamic, and I think Nightwing, personally, what I love is he's sort of asked to step up and kind of become the patriarch in a way. And I'm just continually, I think as the movies have progressed, I just continue to just sort of love these family dynamics and these family relationships and these sort of like, especially, the Damian Nightwing relationship I just have so much fun with.
because it looks like the family's coming together. You guys are still fighting, very much like brothers, but it looks like from the snippets I've seen, you sort of are getting to get a little bit of a cohesion.
Yeah, I mean, like any family, right? There's dysfunctions, as we're all messes. But I think deep down there's just, a loyalty, and like we've got each other's backs, and albeit messy and dysfunctional, we're always there for each other.
Well, it looks like a good brotherly relationship. And hopefully I'll be seeing you in a couple months at WonderCon.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It's here in LA.
I heard. First year in LA, right?
Yeah. It's really cool. So hopefully I'll see you there, and I'll be able to find out what else you're doing.
Awesome. Nice to see you, my dear.
Nice to see you.
Okay, bye.
You are very tall.
It's the boots. Yvonne Strahovski, Batwoman.
Okay. So we are super excited talking to Batwoman. First of all, you look like you are a hero. Those boots are fabulous.
These boots are for superheroes. I should not have put them on today. Because they're,
They're a little high, but they're cute.
Thanks.
Paying for fashion.
Yes, true.
How are you enjoying playing Batwoman?
Oh, it's great. This is the first time that they've animated Batwoman in all this. So it was, I was very excited to get the call and be asked to voice her. I underestimated the pressure that was surrounding this type of thing, because I mean, for me it was great and fun and amazing to do, and a lot of fun in the booth. But I quickly realized at the New York premiere last week or the week before that that there's a lot of pressure on something like this. I didn't grow up myself with comics or superheroes really too much, so I'm sort of learning as I go with this world, and there's a lot, it's an iconic character, and so there's a lot of expectations on something like this.
Now, how did you figure out how to do her voice, since you do have an accent?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be an American accent, so that the voice really comes from the script, from what they've created and the world that they're putting us into. So it really, I'm informed by the words and the scenarios of what they're writing, and that's how it goes. So thankfully with this one, it wasn't just action. She has this family story. We go back to some emotional stuff with her, and we also we see her romantic side, which is also a really cool thing to see for her character. I don't know that we see that with any other characters. Yeah.
No, not usually. So you're joining the nerd geeky world. What was it like doing the first time, sort of interacting with fans? Since I know it can be intimidating for people the first time.
It's great. It's always a pleasure for me, and because I've been sort of a part of the gamer world and this sci-fi world for a while now, just with other projects that I've done. So I always feel truly welcomed and embraced by everybody. So it's always lovely to interact with the fans, and also to spoil things for them. Like the last time at the panel, there was a question about how we all interact in the booth and whatever, and it was so funny telling them that we don't actually, we had never met before. The actors on stage, we had only met that night, and that we don't actually interact. So it's fun to reveal the the secrets, the movie magic.
Now, what comics did you read to get to know Batwoman a little better?
I really rely on the director and the people who are actually in the room on the day, because sometimes, as my understanding of it, what they've explained to me is that sometimes they take stuff from the comics, from the original character, the things that have developed over the years, and use them, and sometimes they don't. So it kind of depends on the story that they're going with or what they're creating for Batman, Bad Blood. They told me certain things that were going to be used, and that's sort of what I went with. So I heavily rely on the guidance of the guys who are behind the actual project for this one.
Now, as a new person to the DC Nation Batwoman, have you gotten any fan love? Have they sent you any art, any toys, any collectibles?
I haven't seen any of that stuff yet, but people have been lovely on the old Twitter so far. So, but that so that's nice, I guess. I hope that people like it.
Now, did anyone do any cosplay? Often I find when voice actors see people dressed up like their characters, it's always a lot of fun for them.
What's that?
The cosplay, when people dress up, like for instance Batwoman, did you happen to see anybody when you were at New York Comic Con?
No, just a lot of Batman t-shirts and hats.
Everyone loves The Dark Knight.
Yes, yes.
And one last question. Will you be going to WonderCon or Comic-Con? And if you do, will you be dressed in cosplay so you can expand out into the audience and meet some new people?
Well, I usually attend, I don't think I've missed a Comic-Con in the last 8 years, I think. So I will probably end up going. Every year I think I should really put on a costume and go around and look around. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I will be sporting my Batwoman costume this year.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and welcome to the DC Nation.
Thank you very much.
Do you mind saying your name?
Sure.
And your character?
Gaius Charles, and I play Batwing, aka Luke Fox.
Welcome to DC Universe. What's it like switching between live action and animation?
That's a good question. It's a lot of fun, actually. The work is very similar in terms of trying to breathe life into the character. The difference with animation is that you don't see, when you're in live action, your performance is you in front of the camera. Whereas this is more sort of like, laying the voice down and then trying to work with the director and work with the folks who are showing you pictures of what the character looks like to try to put the performance together. So I think it's a little bit more of a collaboration, but they're both, great.
Now, did you research it by reading the comic books?
Yeah, I actually went back and I read the first Batwing comic books, David Zavimbe, and then I read the new Batwing. And so I'm a huge Batman fan. I've been a Batman fan since I was a kid. And so to play Batwing was amazing, but I wanted to make sure I at least got a little bit of a taste of his background and sort of, bring life to the character.
So when you were a kid, were you a fan of Dark Knight or the original Batman?
I was a fan of the Batman TV show, then I was a fan of Batman, the animated series, and then, a fan of the comic books and stuff as well. I just, growing up, it was like some of my friends were like, no, Superman. I was like, no, Batman. So, we went back and forth.
So can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with your character in Batman Bat Blood?
Sure.
Bad Blood.
Sure, yeah. It's kind of, a time where Luke Fox, he's come back, he wants to spend time with his dad, and he's, has some questions about him and his involvement with Wayne Enterprises, and, he discovers, obviously, throughout the movie that his dad is connected to Batman, and he finds a way to help Batman in his time of need. So it's a cool story. I think the fans are really going to like it.
Now, what's it like joining the nerd universe?
I don't think is that what they call it?
I call it the Geek Universe, but most people would call it DC Nation.
Oh, they call it DC Nation. Well, I heard somebody say nerds run the world, so it's not a bad thing to be a part of. It's really cool. Like I said, it's a character. Batman is a character that I've loved since a kid, so just be able to be in that universe and bring life to a character is amazing.
Now, have you had a chance to go to any of the cons?
Yeah, we went to the New York Comic Con back in October, I think it was, and that was my first time going to a Comic Con. It was like amazing. It was like the whole Javits Center was just taken over by like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, like all these amazing characters, and so that was a lot of fun, and hopefully, I get to check some of the other ones out too.
I know. We have WonderCon this year in Los Angeles in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And of course, Comic-Con.
San Diego, right?
Comic-Con's in San Diego, and WonderCon is normally in Anaheim. It had moved from San Francisco, and this year it's going to be in LA, so it makes it very convenient for you to come out.
All right, well, let's go. Let's put it together.
You are in phenomenal shape. What do you do to get in such good shape?
Work out a little bit here and there. I try to, keep a routine. Nothing too crazy, but just consistency, So just getting in the gym every so often and keeping it together. Thank you for that, by the way. That's maybe I'll take a day off just for that. Thank you very much.
So do you have a workout gear similar to Nightwing?
You know what's so crazy? I don't. I'm really simple with it, but when I go into the gym now, everybody's into these super crazy outfits at the gym, and so sometimes I'm like, oh, y'all on your superhero. Okay, I get it. They have the, the tight fitted Superman shirt or whatever. I'm just like, you know what? If that's what gets you here and gets you to get the work done, I ain't mad at you. Go ahead and do it.
Well, that sounds so much fun. I'm looking forward to meeting you in Batman Bad Blood, and I'll hopefully be seeing you at WonderCon in a couple of months.
Hopefully so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jay Oliva, and I'm the director for Batman Bad Blood.
I'm so excited to talk to you again.
Yes.
Now, tell me what's going on with Bad Blood.
Bad Blood is basically the third episode in this arc of Batman's story, where it started with Son of Batman, Batman versus Robin, and now Bad Blood. And it's a story of what happens when Batman disappears, and his supporting cast has to kind of fill in a world without Batman. Basically, if you're a Nightwing fan, this is a Nightwing movie. It's clear, it's cut and dry. This is a Nightwing film. He kicks ass, takes names, and it's pretty fun.
What was your favorite scene to direct?
Oh, geez. All of them. Oh, they're all great. I mean, I think I love the interplay between Nightwing and Damian. They're just, it's like brotherly jabs. They're just totally like getting on each other's nerves. That was fun. I mean, overall, like there's a lot of action sequences that I tried to like top myself what I've done in the past and come up with fun things. So everything I liked, everything was just fun.
Now, Damian is still going through his terrible teens.
Yes.
In the current film, I heard he stole a car.
Did he steal a car? No,
Wait,
he
say,
stole.
I thought you said the
He stole the Batmobile in Batman versus Robin.
Oh,
He
yeah,
stole
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. That was last film.
That was last
Yeah,
film.
yes, yeah.
In this one, does he do any nefarious behavior?
No, he's actually learned a lot. So he's been in the monastery for I think this is maybe a couple months after Batman versus Robin. So he's kind of mellowed out a little bit. But again, Damian Wayne, I think the fans who don't like him, they have to understand that Damian Wayne is basically Bruce Wayne in a body of a 12-year-old child. So if you were Bruce Wayne and you're put into the body of a 12-year-old child, you'd be kind of like how Damian is. And that's kind of how James kind of explained him to me. Because at first I was like, I don't know, like how do you want to play him up? Because I've done Tim Drake, I've done Jason Todd, I've done Dick Grayson as Robin, and I asked James like, how do we want to do this? And he's like, it's just Bruce Wayne in a body. So he's cocky, he knows he's good. But the thing is that's different about him is that he was raised to be the perfect killer. And now he has the conscience of his father's telling him like, no, that's not the right way. Like you spent all your life, being raised by Ra's al Ghul and Talia to kill. Now you're with me, so no killing. Put the kibosh on the killing. And so Damian in the earlier films is fighting that. In this one, he's a little bit more accepting of that. So and you see that, and all of these ones are supposed to kind of grow with the characters, and you'll see where he'll eventually get to.
Well, I can't wait to see it
Cool.
tonight.
Yes.
As well as telling everyone to buy it February 2nd on
Yes.
Blu-ray and DVD.
Yes, check it out. All right,
Thank you so much for talking with me,
Thanks
and I
so
look
much.
forward to seeing you in a couple of months at WonderCon.
Oh yes. All right, thanks guys.
Hi,
Hi. You can say your name and what you do.
I'm James Tucker, and I am the producer of the DC DTVs. I don't know what we call them officially, but DC something. DC movies.
DC movies.
Yeah.
Animated movies.
Animated movies. Thank you. Some big wigs would get mad at me if I let that out. Yeah. Okay.
That's the important part.
That's very important, yes.
Hi, James. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
I think I've met you before at some of the other Batman DC comic stuff at WonderCon.
Oh, maybe so.
And
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. All right.
I thought it was more remarkable than that. So tell me about Batman Bad Blood. What was the inspiration for this newest movie?
Well, the real inspiration was that I really liked Batwoman, and I wanted to put her in a movie, and I didn't care how. So, I talked to Alan Burnett and Mike Carlin, and we said, well, let's figure out how we can do this. And so the story kind of evolved from there, and then we got J.M. DeMatteis to write it. And the motivation started from my really digging her as a new character that the Batman family really hadn't had a lot of new blood in it lately. And she really stirred things up, and I thought, oh, this is cool. She's interesting, and she's got red hair, and she's, leather, I thought she was an interesting visual, and I thought we could do something fun with her, action-wise.
So with Batwoman, what comic books did you sort of gather to create a full character for her?
What did I read? We read the trades of her first run post New 52, I think. I'm not sure where it played where it got really weird. That one, pretty much that stuff was great, and there was a Wonder Woman Batwoman team up that I really would love to do a movie about, but we'll see. we'll see. But yeah, we read all her, we did our research, tried to find out who she was. The thing is, you can only do so much when it's one character out of 7 that have to get some screen time. But I think we gave people a good, abbreviated version of who she is and what she's about. And people know who she is, personality-wise. So I feel confident that if they like her, they're going to love her. If they don't like her, well, what do you know?
That is so cool. Now, do you think that you might be creating a standalone movie with her?
I definitely want to bring her back. I don't think it'll be just a standalone. She might be the featured person in it. But with all these movies, I mean, we only do 2 a year that are in continuity. So I kind of think of the whole cast as an ensemble. So, it's the same cast of characters, but different movies, a different character will get more focus. And so, yeah, I could see her coming back and being the focals of a story. She's got a whole bunch of stuff going on with her twin sister that we set up. So, I see her coming back. I like her. I want to bring her back.
Now, do you have like a 2 or 3 year plan as far as the movie stories go?
Well, yeah, we know we're going to be doing these in a couple of years. But we don't plan too far out, but we're already working on the movies we're going to have coming out in 2 years. So, like, we finished last year's movies already. So when you say that, yeah, so really you're asking, do I know what we're doing in, 20. So, and I actually have a little bit of an idea, but it's kind of structured. We do plot it out a little bit, but not overly because things change. Sometimes Warner Home Video wants us to do a different movie or focus on a different set of characters or something else needs more attention. But we know basically Batman and Justice League at least have something roughly to do with them. So, yeah.
Did you have a blast at WonderCon and the Q&A?
I don't remember that Q&A very much, but yeah, I mean, it's always good to see the movie with an audience of fans who just are there, and see what you kind of get a vibe if you did okay or not. So, as I recall, I think I did okay. I think I felt okay about it. That was a long time ago. It's almost time for the next one.
I know.
Yeah.
Busy. One last question. What character do you want to bring to the universe movies?
Let's see. Batman or any?
Any of them.
Someone asked me that, and I said the question, but I'll give you someone else since I can. But the Spectre. I like the Spectre. But that's a whole, the Spectre just doesn't pop up in a movie. You have to have a lot going on for that to happen. So, but I like the Spectre. I'll stick with Spectre.
Well, hopefully we'll be seeing the Spectre soon. And I'm looking forward to seeing Batman Bad Blood. Thank you so much for Vixen. I love Vixen.
I did the Vixen shorts, so I kind of think that's done. But I haven't put her in this yet, so that's what I'm thinking next for Justice League. She might be joining. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. I love Vixen.
She's great. That was fun. Too. I had a busy year.
You have. Thank you so much for talking with me. Hopefully I'll be seeing you at WonderCon in a couple of months.
You will.
Cool.
I will. I know we will. Okay.
You have your schedule already.
Okay. I guess I got
Her. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. We got a few clues about what's coming up in the animated DC Nation movie universe. I'm hoping Vixen will be coming, as well as Spectre. Now, if you're like me and you grew up reading comic books, these characters you're meeting are new, and some of these characters are old ones that you grew up loving or hating, depending on your side of the good or bad coin. But I'm very excited because the new characters and the strong female characters are enriching the DC universe so well. This is Cherry, and I'm geeking out, talking to DC Nation's red carpet for Batman's Bad Blood.